Hi there, welcome to this review of a Keil Kraft Gypsy kit which is made by Ripmax. Now hopefully you've seen the build series where I actually built this model and you can see it hanging up behind me, and I'm really pleased with the finished result, but it wasn't an easy journey and I'm quite concerned and disappointed really with the kit that I got. I'll come out and say that straight away. I built Keil Kraft kits as a teenager, and I thought it'd be quite nice to build for nostalgia, to build another Keil Kraft kit. And so I thought a modern kit by Ripmax would be quite a nice option. It wasn't particularly expensive, comes in a nice shiny box, and I thought, yeah, that'd be good fun. But unfortunately, it provided me with a lot of disappointment all the way through. Now, I haven't really been looking forward to doing this review because I don't like being negative on this YouTube channel. I try and make it light and positive. But unfortunately, this kit has kind of tested me really. And so I thought it was quite important to do a review of it. I mean, I dread to think of some young child or teenager starting out in aeromodelling getting this kit, because it really would be a difficult job for them. So if we open the kit, I mean the box, lovely box, it's very attractive, nice and colourful. That's one of the biggest pluses for this kit, which is, well, if the box is the nicest bit about it, you can tell there's something wrong. So anyway, let's go through this kit. I mean, I've built it, but I've got sort of the plans and everything in here that came with it. Obviously I've used the timber. Now the first thing is you get a really nice set of plans printed on really quite nice thick gloss paper, which on first appearance is great, really good, but they were 5% too small. So if you measure the wings on this plan, you get about, this is a 40-inch wingspan model, and I think this added up to about 38-inch, something like that. So none of the components actually fit, because the laser cut components, which we'll have a look at in a minute, are actually cut to the correct size. So to use these plans, you're going to have to modify every single, more or less, laser cut component in the box. Now, to be fair to Ripmax, I did contact them and say about the plans, and they were aware that the plans were printed wrong. Now, this was probably 6 months ago, and they replied. It was a really nice email, very quick, and they said, yeah, we apologise for that, we know, and we thought we'd withdrawn all the kits that had got the wrong size plans, which is fair enough. I have, however, spoken to at least 4 different people who have tried to build this kit, and they had plans that were the wrong size as well. So clearly not all of the plans were withdrawn. But to Ripmax's credit, they said, we're getting them reprinted, we'll send you a fresh set of plans, and when we get them, we'll send them to you. But in the meantime, tell us what kit you want and we'll send you a free kit. So that is a really good gesture, and I was very grateful to get that free kit. But it still doesn't account for the rest of the issues that I have for this kit. And the other people I know who had the wrong size plans didn't contact Ripmax, so they ended up with either modifying it or smaller models. So anyway, that's the plans aside. Oh, and I never did receive a replacement set of plans from Ripmax. They said they'd send them, but they never did. I ended up downloading the plans from AutoZone, and they're free of charge from AutoZone, and they're the correct original plans. So if you want the plans, that's the best place to go. Now have a look through the box here and see what we've got. It was supplied with some white tissue. It looks okay. I haven't used it. I have cut a piece out just to see if it was had wet strength, and it did. But like I say, I don't know if there's enough actually. There doesn't seem to be much tissue here, but I'm sure it'd be fine. So I don't really have any complaints about that. Bit of colour would have been nice in the tissue, but it is what it is. Now we've got the instructions, which is good. Building guide. I'm not sure whether I read those or not, so I won't comment on those, but I'm sure they were fine. Now this is an interesting one. The plan comes with a guide onto rubber motor, German version, that's the English version, rubber motor preparation, which is really good. It's good information. I found it useful myself because I'm on a fairly steep learning curve with rubber motors. It's 40 odd years since I did a rubber motor. But, and also you get the rubber supplied with the kit. I don't have it, it's long gone. But I thought, that's great, they've supplied the rubber, it's 1/4 inch rubber, it wasn't too bad. And I thought, okay, I'm going to make up the motor. And on the in the instructions, if I can just find it, it says about the number of loops, and anyway, I won't waste time trying to find that. But you needed about 8 yards of rubber, but they'd only supplied 5 yards of rubber. So you couldn't comply with the instructions because there wasn't enough rubber, and the rubber was really poor quality. So I ended up getting some from Mike Woodhouse Free Flight Supplies, which was excellent quality. So another kind of just, I don't know, telling you how to do it, supplying with the rubber, but it's not enough. It's just, it beggars belief really. Now, I will put my glasses back on. Now the balsa that you get with this, some of it is okay, some of it, this is all the, I mean the laser cutting was good. It was nice, it was sharp, it all broke out really easily. But the wood is so hard, it's really, really solid. I mean some of it, like this, I mean it actually looks like, it almost looks like plywood itself. I've never seen balsa as hard as this. It really is poor quality wood. I mean, I wouldn't give this a second glance in a model shop if I was wanting to buy it. And also the wood for the stringers. I don't know whether you can really see this, but this wood in the stringers is really, really hard. Again, and also very heavy. It's interesting that there was, for this, which is 1/8, they had more than you needed, but for some of the other timber there wasn't enough that you needed to comply with the plans and what they suggested, which is very strange really, that they give you too much of one size and not enough of another. Maybe that's just an oversight, I don't know. Now, moving on to the landing gear. The landing gear, they give you 2 pieces of wire, so you're supposed to join them, which I don't like, but I appreciate in a box this size, it's not big enough for a 1 piece of wire. However, the wire that they supplied, it's like a coat hanger wire. It's got no strength at all, and I've never seen wire really quite as soft. I mean, if you use this for the landing gear, every time you land, or even pick up the model a bit rough, you're gonna be ending up just straightening your landing gear every single time. I don't know why they couldn't have just put some music wire or something a little bit better than this. It is really poor wire, and I was quite surprised by that. Where are we now? I mean the prop that they supplied is actually quite a nice prop. It's very light, it's a good shape. To my mind, it's a good shape. The only problem is it's only 12 inches. On the original plans we're talking about a 17-inch prop, and if you've seen the maiden flight with this, you'll see the prop's spinning pretty fast. I wanted to try it with the prop just so I could comment on it, and it is inappropriate. 17-inch prop as specified on the plans is going to be much better because it's going to spin a lot slower and you're going to eke out the power from the rubber motor rather than something like this. Now I don't know whether you can get 17-inch plastic props, so I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the prop. I understand perhaps why they put a 12-inch, because it's perhaps the biggest you can get in this kind of plastic, and they didn't want to put blanks for people to carve their own maybe. So the jury's out on that from my opinion. And I think kind of that's about it really. I think I've covered all the things. I did have a list on my tablet here, but I think I've covered everything. Yeah, I have. I mean, it's, like I say, the plus sides, the laser cutting was great. and the design on the box was okay. But it is a disappointing kit, particularly if you're going to get new starters, new aero modelers, young, inexperienced people wanting to build a kit for the first time. You know, you can see it just ending their interest in aero modelling, which is would be a very sad occurrence, particularly in this day and age when there aren't as many children or young people coming into the hobby. So I think really that about sums it up, and sorry if this sounds a little bit negative. It was a disappointing experience for me. I mean, I paid about £34 sterling for this, and the reason I bought it is because, like I say, a bit of nostalgia, but also I thought the materials, if I went out and bought everything myself to build the plane, it would add up to that anyway, so why not get a laser cut kit? But I did end up using a lot of my own balsa in this. I mean, I did use the ribs. I didn't really want to start cutting out the ribs, and so the model, it's not a bad weight, but it could have been a lot lighter. So anyway, I hope you found this review helpful, and well, it's a great model and a classic model from the 1940s, 40-inch wingspan rubber model, and it deserves to be built and built well and fly well. And like I say, you can get the plans from the Outer Zone website if you want to take that road, or maybe Ripmax have fixed the plan issue now, and this kit will be okay. Who knows? But anyway, thanks very much for watching.